Hello students, welcome to the first lecture of C programming. In this lecture, I will discuss introduction to programming, programming environment. Then I will discuss strategies for designing algorithm, that is top-down development, and further I will discuss about the systematic development of program. So I will first discuss about the computer program. As we know that computer programming is the act of writing computer programs which are a sequence of instructions written using a computer programming language to perform a specific task by the computer. Here I am not going to expect very much from the students, uh, but it is required that at least students have basic knowledge about computer and its peripheral like keyboard, mouse, screen, printers, etc. If you know more than this, like word editor or good typing speed or searching of internet, uh, then it will help you a lot while doing your computer programming. I assume only this is your first day when you heard about computer programming. You are curious to, I think everyone curious to know what exactly computer programming is. Before you understand what is computer programming, you need to understand what is computer program. So here I am going to first discuss what is computer program. A computer program is a sequence of instructions written using a computer programming language to perform a specific task by the computer. Uh, I have written about computer program, but first let's see. There are two important aspects, that is sequence of instructions and computer programming language. To understand these terms, consider a situation when someone asks you about how to go to a nearby railway station. What exactly you do to tell him the way to go to railway station? You will use human language to tell the way to go to railway station. Just like first go straight, after half kilometer take left from the red light and then drive around 1 kilometer and you will find the railway station at the right. So here you have used English language to give several steps to taken to reach a railway station. You will be followed in the um, uh, followed various instructions like go straight, drive half kilometer, take left, drive around 1 kilometer, search for railway station at your right side, like that. Now just try to map situation with the computer program. The same principle used in computer also. As I have tell you the sequence of the instructions, go straight, drive half kilometer, take left, just like this sequence of instruction is actually a human program written in English language, which instruct on how to reach to particular place, that is railway station, from a given starting point. This same sequence could have been given in Hindi language, Arabic language, or any other human language, provided someone who is asking about the way know about such language. Now let us go back to try to understand about a computer program, which is a sequence of instructions written in a computer language to perform a specific task by the computer. So a computer program is also called a computer software. You can also called software, which can range from one line to million of lines of instructions. Computer program instructions are also called program source code, and you also can say computer programming is also called program coding. You can say program coding also. A computer machine without a computer program is just a metal box, metal, and thus computer program brings a computer machine to acting state, active state you can say. So like human has several languages to communicate their message, computer scientists have developed several computer programming languages to provide instructions to the computer, that is to write computer program. So now I think you must understand about the computer program. What is computer program? And if you understood the computer program is what is computer program, then I will say that act of writing computer program is called computer programming. So as I mentioned earlier, there are various programming languages which can be used to write computer programs, just like Java, C++, C++, BASIC, Fortran, many languages are there. Now I will discuss about programming environment. What is programming environment? Suppose you are going to write computer program, then what components are necessary to write the particular program, that is known as computer environment. Suppose there is a need of personal computer, then personal computer may install some particular language compiler to translate it, then it control to run and stop the program, a particular debugger is required. So here I am going to discuss about the computer programming environment. So when we say environment setup, it simply implies a base on top of which we can do our programming. So we need to have the required software setup, that is installation on your PC, which will be used to write computer program, compile it and execute them. For example, suppose you are going to write a letter, then a word processor must be installed on your computer. A computer equipped with various input output devices also. Similarly, you will need the following, which is written in the slide: a text editor to create computer program, compiler to compile the programs into binary format, an interpreter to execute the program directly, and controls to run and stop the program, and a particular debugger. So in case you don't have sufficient exposure to computers, you will not be able to set up either of these software. So I suggest you to take help from any technical person around you, set up the programming environment on your machine so that you can write the program properly. For everyone, there is a need to know about the various components necessary for the programming. Just like here I have discussed about the compiler, word processor, that is text processor. So what is text editor? You all must know about the text editor. What is text editor? So as you heard about the word processor, Microsoft word processor, where you can write the various text, you can modify text, you can print the text properly. So like that here, just like Notepad is also an example of text editor. So text editor is a software that is used to write computer programs. Your Windows machine must have a Notepad which can be used to type programs, but you must not worry about this, because you are going to learn the C programming. So Turbo C provide an environment where Turbo C consists of compiler, and it also embedded an efficient text editor where you have to write the various programs. So you should not bother about the text editor. When you click on Turbo C icon, it will finally open text editor where you have to write the program. Then you can save the program with .c extension, and you will compile the program, you will execute the program. So it is very simple here, but I just want to explain about the text editor. What is the text editor? What is the need of text editor? So you just understand here, text editor is a software that is used to write computer programs only. And in case of Turbo C, it has an embedded text editor, so you all must not bother about the text editor. And next component is compiler. Compiler is a kind of translator. Translator is used to suppose you write a computer program in text editor in C language, then the program written by you is not understandable by the computer, because a computer machine can understand only in the program written in binary format. So first there is a need of translator which convert source program, convert user written program into computer's binary files. Then it will execute the program. So compiler is a kind of translator which converts your source code, your English like language program into binary format. Then it will execute the program. So when you will execute the program, that is object program, then you will be able to perform your specific task with the help of program. And now I will discuss about the various strategies for designing algorithm. Uh, there are various strategies are available just to write the algorithm. C programming language supports the various approaches for developing project. It is always good idea that decomposing the solution into modules in a hierarchical manner. Here you can see in the slide, the first strategy is written here, that is top down. So there are basically two strategies used here. Number one is top down strategy, second one is bottom up approach. There are two approaches here, top down approach and bottom up approach. The diagram you see in the slide, that is a top down approach. Here there is a main module which is divided into two sub modules, that is module 2 and module 3, and further module 2 is divided into module 4 and module 5. So I already discussed here, it is always good idea that decomposing solutions into the various sub solutions. So the basic task of a top-down approach is to divide the problem into tasks and then divide task into a smaller subtask and so on, like that. So in the top-down approach, first we develop the main module and then next level module are developed. This procedure is continued until all the modules are developed. So in the top-down approach, first we develop and test most important module. This approach is easy to see the progress of the project by developer or particular programmer or customer, you can see. And using top-down approach, we can utilize computer resources in a proper manner according to the project. Testing and debugging in top-down approach is easier and very efficient. And this is a task of basically analyst and programmer. When you will involve in the particular activity, then you will understand properly. And in the top-down approach, project implementation is smoother and shorter also. And this approach is very good for detecting and correcting time delay. So it is very efficient approach during the program development. So here I have discussed about the top-down approach, and there is bottom approach also. So top-down approach and bottom-up approach are involved in software development. These approaches are not involved in program execution. You must keep in mind. This is for software development approach only. So structure or procedure-oriented programming language like C programming language follow top-down approach, whereas object-oriented programming like C++ and Java programming language follow bottom-up approach. I just want to tell you about the bottom-up approach also. Top-down approach begins with high-level design and ends with low-level design or development, whereas bottom-up approach begins with low-level design or development and ends with high-level design. In top-down approach, if you when you write program, then you will see the main function is written first and all sub-functions are called from main functions. Then sub-functions are written based on the requirement as per the need of user requirement. Whereas in bottom approach, code is developed for modules and then these modules are integrated with main function. Nowadays, both approaches are combined together and followed in modern software design. So, I just also told you about bottom-up approach. When you turn it down the diagram as you see in the slide, then it will become bottom-up. Suppose you are start programming from module 6, then module 5, 4, then module 2, like that. So there are two strategies I have discussed here. One is top-down approach and another one is bottom-up approach. So further, now I will discuss about the stepwise refinement. What is stepwise refinement? It is very necessary to discuss here because a computer is electronic device only. It cannot think, it cannot make decision itself. So here whatever instructions you are going to write for a computer must not understand these instructions properly. Suppose in our real life you order someone just give me a glass of water, a tumbler of water, glass of water. So a human being because can think, can identify, can analyze the problem properly. So human being know how to take water from the particular place. So it will observe the environment, then it will see where we can find the water. But in case of computer, it is not sufficient instructions. You have to tell all the processes. Like just pick the glass from the kitchen and the pour water from the particular can of water, then move right side, then go straight, like that. So these are the concept of step refinement. The most effective way to solve a complex problem is to break down into successively simpler sub problems. So here you can see the first statement, which is written in the slide. The most effective way to solve a complex problem is to break it down. So the same thing I explain you in the top down. So top down sometimes top down approach is also known as stepwise refinement. You can see. So here with the help of diagram also you can see the complete task is broken down into subtask 1, subtask 2, subtask 3. Then subtask 2 further divided into 2 subtasks. So you start by breaking the whole task down into simpler parts. Some of those tasks may themselves need subdivision. This process is called stepwise refinement, or you can say decomposition also. And the same concept I have explained to you in top-down approach. That's why sometimes top-down approach is similar to stepwise refinement. Both are same thing. because of the concept is same. Here, stepwise refinement. I want to just explain you with one example. Suppose in our real life, uh, there is a situation where you have to prepare tea. So, in the example, the first statement is written: take 2 cup of water in a kettle, then boil water, put 1 spoonful tea leaf into pot, then add sugar, then wait for 5 minutes, let it boil, then pour tea into a cup. These are various steps which are, uh, I think it is only familiar with human beings. One human is familiar with these steps, but computer cannot understand these steps, because take 2 cup of water in a kettle, then how computer will understand how to take, where is cup, where is water, and where is kettle, what is kettle, and how to pour water into kettle. How computer know? It is not human being, because human being understand how to do work, it has common sense, but computer does not have such type of intelligence. So you have to refine these steps further. So suppose here I have taken one step, it is written in the previous step, like you put 1 spoonful tea leaf into pot. Here I have taken one step, put tea into pot. Suppose you have to uh, put 1 spoonful tea into the kettle. Then how computer perform, and are what the various statements which are uh, fruitful for computer, so that computer can understand properly. Otherwise, the general statements cannot understand the computer. Here I have to give the specific instruction to the computer. So these statements are necessary for computers. Like there is one step: put tea leaf into pot. This statement further I can specify it properly. Pick the tea box. Next step is open the box of tea. Then computer will open the box. Then extract 1 spoonful of tea from the box. Then tip a spoonful tea into pot, and then close the box of tea. So these are the various statements which are specified. Means you can say this is the aggregate form, this is the general form of these statements. These are specific statements and this is the general statements. So this phenomena is known as stepwise refinement. Means computer is not a human being, and for when you write the instruction for computer, you have to write specific instructions, not the general statements. So this concept is known as stepwise refinement. So here various steps are written. Suppose boil water, then how computer can boil water? Human being can understand properly. Just take water and pour into kettle, and turn on the gas burner, put it down, then wait for 5 minutes, then it will start boiling. But computer cannot understand the general terms. So that's why I have to uh, refine the step. This process is known as stepwise refinement. The same principle used in the computer program also. Here I have taken one example to calculate area of circle. So we have to identify the value of radius. You cannot instruct the computer calculate the area. You cannot instruct the students students studying in the uh, fifth class just to calculate the area of circle. There is a need something parameters. We have to identify the values of radius, initialize the value of pi, multiply pi with the square of radius, write down the result. So the formula is written here, area is equals to circle, area of circle is equals to pi r square. So for computer, these steps necessary to calculate the area of circle. You have to provide the radius. You have to provide the value of pi. Then you have to provide the procedure, that is formula to calculate the area of circle. Then it will calculate the result. Then you will get the result properly. So these type of strategies is known as stepwise refinement. Now I will discuss about the systematic development of program. So before going to start systematic development, first we have to study about the system. What is system? A grouping of interdependence components which are linked together according to a plan in order to exchange information to each other. Means we can say here grouping of interdependence components. So we can say system is a collection of various components which are linked together according to a plan to achieve a specific goal. All the components of the system, for example, I am going to just explain with the help of example, that is organization as a system. One organization, for example, university. Our university is a particular system. It has number of components. Components one is admission, and another components accounts, then library. Lab is also component, then departments. These are the various components, and by consisting of these components, system forms, that is called university. So I have written here a grouping of interdependence components. Here all the components are interdependent to each other. Here admission depends on accounts, account depends on admission, admission depends on library, library depends on lab. Each and every components are interdependent to each other. They are exchange information to one another, and each and every system have a particular goal. Means just like goal of university to provide better quality education to their students. This may be a goal of university. So here I just want to explain a system like an organization is also a kind of system. An organization has a number of components which are linked together according to a particular plan. Why they are linked together according to a plan, why they are organized in a particular boundary, why they are working together just to achieve a specific goal. So now I will explain here software as a system, because organization is also a term as system. So here I want to just explain you a software, particular software is also work as a system, because a particular software consists of number of elements, number of components. Here module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. There are various modules which are consisting and making a particular software. So here software is works like an organization, because a particular software also has a specific goal. Each and every software, suppose there is a software which is developed for medical organization. So it achieved their goal in medical field. And suppose there is a MIS developed for university to manage the all the components of the university. So this software's goal is differing from the hospital management software. So each and every software have its own goal. In case of software, suppose this is the software of university. So one software is developed for account section, another module is developed for library section, another modules is developed for admission section. So these modules are consisting of these modules, it becomes software, that is called management information system. So we can say software is also a kind of system, because it has different components. They are organized together, they are linked together according to a plan, they exchange information to one another, they interact one another, and it has a specific goal. So here I just want to explain you about system, because here you are going to develop a program, computer program, and sometimes computer program also known as software. So what is the systematic development, systematic approach to development a particular program? So I think you must have clear the concept of system. System is an orderly grouping of interdependence component which are linked together according to a plan and to achieve a specific goal. They work together to achieve a specific goal. So as an organization is a particular system, they are consisting of number of components. A particular software is also consist of number of modules. So systematic development of program um, are various follow various steps. The first steps here it is written identify and clarify the problem. Suppose you are going to solve a particular problem. Then there is a need to identify the problem and clarify the problem. When you clarify the problem, when you identify the problem properly, then you will be able to solve the particular problem. So this is the first step, and uh, uh, next step is design the problem. When you identify the problem, then you have to design the problem. What you design in the problem? You have to design the inputs you are going to give as input in the problem, and you have to design the output of the problem, what you what format will be of result, that is output design. And you have to design the procedure, what procedure you will follow to solve the problem. Then you will go to next step, that is code the program. Code the program is writing the program. Then you will be able to write the program. When you write a particular module, then you have to test the module, test the working of particular module. Then you will integrate all the modules. And after integrating, after testing the program, then you will have to write the program documentation so that other person can understand the methodology of the program. And the last step is maintenance. Maintenance is also a very important phase here, because during the uh, change of time, there will be the changing in need of users need. So as the users need change, the software will require maintenance also. Various type of maintenance, it is the beyond the scope of your syllabus, and all these phases are by consisting known as system development life cycle. Here there are some phases are written, but whatever I explain you in the previous steps, this is collectively known as system development life cycle. Basically, each and every system has a life cycle. So you have to follow all the phases. First one is requirement analysis. In requirement analysis, you have to clarify the problem, you have to identify the problem, you have to identify the need of the particular problem. Then you have to design the problem. Then you will suppose you are going to develop program in case of software, then you have to coding the software. Coding the program means writing the program. Then you will implement, then you will test, again you will test, then will implement. In case of any error, then you will have to evaluate the system particular program. So in this lecture I have discussed a lot about the various strategies of developing algorithm, and what is computer program, and what are the various methodologies to develop computer program, just like top up approach, bottom up approach, and then I have discussed about the systems, system development strategies, system development life cycle. And further, you have to go through the various components of the programs to understand the properly particular system. I have also compared here the um, human problem, real life problem, and compared with it computers program. Uh, Now, I will suggest you go through the other contents which are available online, or you should refer various book to clear the concept of these things. Thank you.